Hello, welcome to Year of Flowers September edition. The garden looks a lot different than it did when we first saw you back in early spring. I think we introduced you to the farm. It really is, I know we say this every month, but this is such a good month for flowers. We've got lots of texture, seed heads and our dahlias, which we still haven't got tired of. So some of the garden isn't quite so pretty. We're leaving lots of the weeds and seed heads. These feed the wildlife, but also they feed the soil microbiology. So in the gardens, some of the things that are not looking quite so hot are our late summer annuals. They've really had enough because we've had quite a cool and dark summer with very, very little light. They've pretty much finished flowering now. So we're preparing for the next season. So we've already started pre-soaking our Ranunculus to sprout out in a couple of weeks' time. We've got seeds going in the greenhouse and the polytunnel, and we're also starting to lift those annuals that have pretty much given up and prepare the beds for next year's flowers. So it's all go. We've got 1 foot in this season and always another foot in next year's. So these dahlias, they've been really well watered and fed, and we had a very good deadheading session last week. So they're all coming up to bloom for you later this week. These are my favourites. These single-headed multi-petal dahlias. Oh, look at that, it's gorgeous. So hopefully this isn't the last month of dahlias for you, and we'll get another delivery in before the frost in October. But Cissy's going to show you what she thinks is the best thing to do with them this month.
Hi, and welcome to September. How is it already September? I don't know, but September is our favourite time of year for flowers, and I think people always think, oh, a British quintessential garden, midsummer. The best time of flowers is right now. So you will have received a bounty of beautiful dahlias and really starting to see that nice autumnal textures and tones. And also the time of year when you can start introducing bits of fruit like berries and sloe berries, blackberries, crab apples. It's just such a playful time for flower arranging. So we held a dahlia arranging workshop at the farm earlier this week, and what I want to talk to you about is for all of you that have been at home making bowl arrangements with the bowl and the Kenzans that we gave you, what we really want to focus on today is this idea of reworking your flowers, because inevitably you will do an arrangement and some of the flowers will go over. So this was my demonstration bowl arrangement from earlier this week in the workshop, and as you can see, I've got a few casualties here, a couple of flowers that are starting to look tired. The arrangement is, not looking at its best, but there is still, plenty of flowers in here which have got a lot of life left in them. And so this idea that you don't leave an arrangement to wither in a bowl, but actually then take your flowers and rework them into something smaller or into another arrangement for you to enjoy around the house. So this week, I am going to take this arrangement, plus maybe a few snippings, and I'm going to arrange them into an assortment of bud vases and a much, much smaller bowl arrangement that can either then be dotted up a table or just around the house. So I'm going to remove the stems that are the saddest. Now, for this arrangement, I'm actually just going to do it quite Ikebana style. So I've got my flower frog in the bottom of just this little rice bowl. No chicken wire, just for fun. It's a much quicker, more free-form way of arranging, but it will take a lot less stems. Onto the frog. Now I'm completely obsessed with this dahlia, and I love its back as much as I love its front, so I'm actually gonna make it look the wrong way so you can really appreciate these amazing pink streaks. And also this delicious elder foliage, which is now turning. I should think elder foliage might be some of my absolute favourite, because when it's emergent in January, it's bonkers beautiful. And now as it turns at the end of the season, look at that. It's just glorious and sort of picking up these tones. Oh! So I'm just kind of arranging them in a sort of a bit of a spiral twist up, literally just gently putting them on the pin in a kind of gradiented way up. So I'm just going to come and look at it from the front, but you know, allowing you to see the lip of the bowl. You know, I'm using the bowl as much as a piece of art as the flowers themselves. So I want one over here a little bit. So for example, this dahlia here, we've got the first head that came out, which is now going over, but this younger one still got lots of life in it. So I'm just gonna snip that off, and then I can still use these two. And I love it when they're on the same stem and they're kind of growing at the natural height. I want them to go into my arrangement as exactly they would appear on the stem. So I think there's one last piece, and then it's done. Now, when I look at this, I know it's all, you know, this is the front, but it needs something about here at the back just to somehow rebalance the arrangement, just from being really front heavy. I've got a couple which are lower down, but I do just feel that there needs to be something which you can see from that side through the arrangement sitting somewhere around here. So and always being mindful that, you know, you don't want things at the same level. So this is lower, further out this way. These two are on the same stem, so I've left them kind of as they were naturally. But, you know, everything is different levels and all looking different directions. So that's my sort of bowl piece. And then, you know, do I need to teach people how to make bud vases? You probably got this, but let's just whip through a few. Just taking all the nice little bits. Just completely in love with that elder. there we go. I have totally decimated that bowl and created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new arrangements. And again, as things go over, I'll just keep picking them out and eventually they'll all just sort of shrink down into one. And I didn't actually use anything else. This was just what was in the bowl, but you could clearly just go and cut, you know, a tendril of clematis or a cosmos from the garden or what have you, just to kind of pimp it as the week goes by. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed your bucket this week, and I hope that your flower arranging brings you much joy in this beautiful month.